You have just entered the KBMOD podcast. Keyboard plus mouse or die.
Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 58 of the KBMOD podcast. We've got kind of the core crew. We're kind of going back to the old school days, aren't we, guys? Right now with
four-man.
Yeah, the four-man. We got Dan, Brandon, John, and myself. And we were just at PAX, so this is going to be like a PAX themed podcast. I think we're going to touch on some news, right? But a couple. The majority will be PAX discussion. But so yeah, I mean, usually we talk about what we've been playing, but that's probably going to go into the PAX discussion. So what do we do, guys? I'm like frozen. What do we do at this point? Do we just we saw each other this weekend? I mean,
I met Dan. We did the thing.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Dan's height?
I mean,
wow, dude.
I mean, I didn't realize that I was going to meet a real life likeness of Peter Dinklage, but I did.
I'm out, dude.
Wow, Dan's done.
Yeah, a true life Oompa Loompa.
Wow. Dan is not that. Oh, well, Dan's pretty short, but Dan's. I've seen.
To be fair, Orb has only his hair on me.
Orb is about your height. You're right. You're absolutely right. Orb is a little. I'm not going to say he's a little man, but he's kind of a little.
He also weighs 20 pounds less than me.
Oh, okay.
I fully believe that.
Yeah,
Orb's
it was fun.
Orb's not a big dude, but he's in good shape.
Yeah, yeah. He works out. He drinks Gamma Labs. But
yeah, oh yeah.
He's got that Swedish
I think
physique.
his blood is Gamma Labs.
But yeah, it was fun. So Brandon, we met for the first time, which was sweet.
We did. Luckily, I met you for the first time before you had that haircut. So
yeah,
it was a good meeting.
You wouldn't even come up to me after that. No. Yeah, that was good. I got to meet Hillary too, your girlfriend. She was cool. Mm-hmm. I was VIP netting you drinks at the certain party. I don't know if we can say
that was a very, very kind thing of you.
That was clutch. I had to keep my Brandon all liquored up so I could take advantage of it later.
Brandon beveraged pretty hard on Thursday.
Brandon,
Brandon beveraged like something fierce.
Yeah, Brandon can hold his own. Yeah, he good.
On Thursday I was blacked out for a lot of it, so there's a lot that I remember. But I heard there were just shots like all day.
There were shots coming so quickly that I was just turning them away. I was like, I don't know that I could take liquid down that fast, let alone alcohol.
Yeah. Freaking Twitch people just shots all over.
I feel like if I ever worked at Twitch, John, I feel like I would have to get my liver into shape before I even went over there, because you guys can go.
The most hardcore night I've ever had of drinking, if I'm not a big drinker, like other than these events, I really don't drink. Like I like to have a beer here, beer there. Mm-hmm. Was Jared came to San Francisco and they had the Blacklight launch party, and I don't remember how much I drank at his party, nor do I remember how much I drank at the Titty Bar until 5 a.m. All I know is that that was like a Sunday night, I think, or a Saturday night or something, and I was hungover for like 5 days.
Jesus. Yeah.
That was the first time I ever had a I'm never drinking again moment.
Jared just exploding in the chat with maniacal laughter at that, loving every second of you vomiting.
It was a Tuesday, so I was hungover until Saturday at least.
See, my body was an excellent companion this trip.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe. So after everyone was coming up to me, we were talking about this in the pre-show, but everyone was coming up to me. I mean, I met your Dan from KBMOD last night, and I was like, oh god. They're like, yeah, he was at the Hawken mixer or whatever, and I was like, oh boy. And apparently, Dan, I don't know if you were blackout at this point. You were quite drunk, but you were just singing the praises of everyone because you're a pretty pleasant drunk. So you were all really happy. And apparently, though, Brandon was telling me, because Brandon, you were telling me that he was punching everyone in the chest when they were walking up.
Yeah. Chest punches were sweet.
Who told me? Kovic told me that. Danovic told me that. You told me that. So many people were like, yeah, dude, after a while, I was we'd walk up to Dan, and you can't see what I'm doing on the camera right now if you're listening to this, but put their arms in front of them so they wouldn't punch him. Dan gets very touchy-feely, apparently, when he gets a little hammered.
Well, there's two states of Dan. One involves whiskey, and that one gets mean. And then Gin Dan is just an excellent companion, as he was that night.
I love gin.
I love gin. It's the best. So Wednesday night, I got somewhat liquored up, but not. I was drunk, but I wasn't like super drunk. Yeah. I just went out in Seattle and found a couple bars and drank at them.
By yourself?
Yeah, because there was nothing to do, man. I had no hotel room to go to.
I may or may not have a video of myself after the blacklight party when I got home and we went back to the hotel like around 12:31. I found it on my phone. I'm laying on my hotel bed playing doing dubstep with my mouth for like 3 minutes. It is the most. I was like, I'm gonna keep that because maybe at some point it'll be usable, but it is quite embarrassing. But yeah, the blacklight party was a good time. Oh, well, we're getting into PAX stuff, but yeah, it was weird. I don't know how you Dan. You like the next day, but after the party, so the Hawken one, the first night or Friday night, I guess it was. You were fine. You were like. You weren't even hungover. You were good to go.
I thought I was going to have to like make sure that Dan got back all right. Yeah, because I mean that's typically what I have to do when I go out with people. But so and John told me I didn't have to worry, so I was like, well, all right, I won't worry about him. Sure enough, I come back, Dan's asleep, and then Dan wakes up before I do the next day. He's ready to go.
Yep, Fuzzy Otterballs got me home. Big props to Justin for getting a cab and getting me home.
Oh, jeez.
Big shout out to Scumbag Incredible Orb preventing John and Brandon from getting any food.
Yeah. Why? What happened with that? What happened with that?
Well, yeah, you did, Justin. You just threw money at me in the cab. You were hammered.
Oh, man.
It was like $8 because it wasn't a very long ride, but it was still funny. But yeah. Orb, I got like separated from Brandon and John, and I was with like
Orb didn't want to have like some delicious fried fish, and demanded that we go somewhere else for food. And it's like 2 a.m, so there was nowhere else for food. And we walked around for like half an hour, didn't find anything, and then ended up going back to the hotel.
Gotcha.
And that would probably be the reason I was in not a good way all day Friday.
Yeah, we saw John walking. Me and Sark in concert were walking. We saw John. John, you were just like, you barely had your eyes open. I don't know how you seen where you were going, dude. You were
after Wednesday night, my body was like, oh, so this is going to be the natural state for the next few days.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So suffice to say, all this to sum up, we had a good time at the parties at PAX for sure.
It's the most fun part of it. I mean, it's not necessarily just the drinking; it's just like hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, so many fun people there.
Some of these you do have to, like, for people who just go to PAX, just to, like, kind of, because this isn't really about the games yet or anything. These parties, a lot of them you can just go to if you find out about them. You don't have to, like...
Exactly. Yeah, you just have to do a little bit of research. Most of them are open. I mean, like, I know that Notch party was just a RSVP thing.
First come,
it's like first come, first serve.
The most important thing you can do is go to these parties and network with people.
Yeah,
people will love you the most when they are extremely intoxicated, and you can play, and you can keep a drink in your hand and act like you're also intoxicated, but play your cards right while they're drunk and you're sober, and you'll be in really good shape.
But like the party we'll talk about again later because we got to play the new zombie game there. But all you had to have there was a PAX pass to get in. So
yeah, it was dope. It was a good time. So should we move on? Should we?
So have you guys been playing anything?
Yeah.
What we've been playing?
Yeah.
Well, since I got home, I did get the Forge Alpha, which we'll talk about in a bit. Yep. But yeah, been playing the heck out of that. And I updated Smite today. I hadn't played Smite in a while, but I got the itch after watching a couple matches at PAX Prime.
Jared weighing in real quick. I hire people drunk. So there you go, backing up John's statement.
He actually does do that.
About networking. Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, I haven't...
They'll hire you.
I haven't been playing a whole lot, but I did get the day after I left for PAX, they released Bastion for the iPad. And Hillary got me an iPad for my birthday. So I had that with me, and luckily the hotel internet was good enough to download it. And so I played that all the way on the plane back. It's so good.
That's sweet. Can I rant to you real quick, or say, Brandon, that I understand your rantings about hotel internet? So we were at the Fairmont, which is a really nice hotel. All right. So we had a group internet, first of all, that was supposed to be free. It ended up falling apart. It didn't work. So it was like $12 or $15 for 24 hours. So it's ridiculous. First of all, it's a ridiculous price. I'm like, the final night, I want to catch up on. I haven't watched anything. I haven't seen anything from PAX. I didn't bring a laptop or anything. So I just had my phone, and my 3G was like spotty. I wasn't really buffering anything good. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just pay $15 and get it. I pay $15, and literally the connection is like 2 bars. It drops every 5 seconds. It'll buffer 5 seconds. I was literally, dude, I was so mad. I called down to the front desk, and they were like, I'm sorry. There's nothing we could do. There's just a lot of people here. I was like, God, if Brandon was here with me right now, he'd be down there. People would be fucking working on it. I should have called you up and asked you to just talk to them, because you know how to fucking. That's why
you gotta get them to grab you a 4G card for travel.
Yeah, I need to, dude, because it was so bad.
My 4G card has 35 down and 15 up.
Are you serious on a card?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
That's crazy.
Dude, I've talked about this before, and I think I told you about it. Team Spooky streamed a whole tournament on 4G.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
So it's definitely good if you get a good signal. Yeah.
But what is it about? What the fuck is it about? How basic is it to have even basic, even if it's slow, wireless internet that works? This hotel,
the internet, the router's probably in the bottom floor, and they only have one router,
yeah,
and it's trying to
no
feed signal up through all those floors. Yeah,
no repeaters in any buildings, but it's that is so basic. It's I don't give a fuck if your maid comes in and makes my room look like a fucking palace. Can I get 3 bars of internet and buffer a video on my iPhone? That is,
especially to me, when they make you pay for it.
Right,
if it's one thing if it's going to be free, then maybe it's okay if it's not great. But when they're making you pay for it, that better, $15 for 24 hours, that better be the best internet I've ever used in my life.
I better be able to buffer porn on TubeGular Remote instantly. I better not even have to wait. So anyway.
Well, we uploaded that Warface video to the channel.
Yeah, shout out to the Westin Seattle, because they actually had one and a half up and down, which is not great.
It took 30 minutes to upload, but
by hotel standards, that is unbelievable.
Fairmont Olympic, I will say, really nice digs, really ritzy. Awful internet, so I have to give it a 1-star. The internet.
Shout out to the Red Roof. Shout out to the Red Roof Inn in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. 35 down, 20 up. Yeah.
Fucking God.
Red Roof Inn in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Best internet.
Shout out to the Seattle airport. Free Wi-Fi that's 5 down and 20 up.
It was so good. I was using that. That was catching up on everything. It's this morning at fucking 6 a.m. at the airport.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did post one. We have a lot of videos coming up, guys. Speaking of uploading that video, I have my little camera. We got a bunch of shaky cam, but it looks good. It's in 1080p. We're not going to render it that way, but it's in 1080p. Warface was good, so that was the first video we put up. But all right, guys, I think we're going to take a quick break. Then we'll head into some brief news, and then the details on all the games that we got to play, and all that at PAX, not just the drinks. So, all right, guys, be back in just a moment.
You got the commercial markings. I think, didn't you say Mark can't edit this week? So, Scott, I think you're going to have to.
Well, Mark was in the hospital.
Okay, so I've edited for 2 weeks in a row, and I'm not getting upset about it. But God damn it, if I have to edit it one more time, Brandon.
You can let the guy that was in the hospital know that
he was in a hospital with a heart condition.
Oh, that's great, dude. Really? Wait, holy shit!
Yeah, really.
I just realized how serious that was as you were saying.
Yeah, he got his arteries.
Really?
Scoped, dude.
Holy shit! Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't know that. All right, then that's fine. Yeah.
Anyone who didn't get a commercial, you just saw really, really merciless Scott Fisher.
Oh God! No, I really didn't know that's what it was. So. No.
Yeah, I caught bits and pieces on
Nikon
Twitter.
is home, by the way. Heart is 100% okay.
Oh, good. Well, so you can edit. Is that you're telling me you can edit?
I hope so.
Yeah, that's good.
That
should be his first act to test out his new heart to see if he didn't get a heart transplant.
If he doesn't edit the podcast, it's obvious that his heart's not okay because it's non-existent, right, Scott? He has no heart if he doesn't edit the podcast.
I'm just kidding. I love Nikon. I'm glad he's okay.
Heading into the news.
No scoped. No scoped. Get the scope. God. All right.
I get 5 spiffs up and 4 whole marijuanas down. Some excellent speed.
Oh, Jesus.
We now interrupt your scheduled programming to bring you an urgent broadcast from the front lines of America.
All right, so first piece of news here, which a lot of you guys probably saw, Steam Greenlight launched over the weekend or late last week. So that whole UI is up now, steamcommunity.com/greenlight. And so you log into your Steam account, and it's kind of like a Reddit type thing for games. There's already over 700 games on Greenlight. So
actually,
vote for Forge and Recoil up in that Greenlight bitch.
Vote for Forge and Recoil, but there's been a ton of criticism actually of it on Twitter.
Really?
I've seen some retweets. Yeah, of people, because you could throw something up there with like a few pieces of concept art and have nothing behind it and get it upvoted.
Oh yeah, I actually already have downvoted a couple games that were like My Farm Life 1 and My Farm Life 2. Two separate games. I don't know how you're already making the sequel when you're trying to get your first game on
There's
there.
another baller-ass game on there that's like a robot game where you just build fucking robots and fight them, and every little piece of the robot is animated by you in the game. I forget what it's
so
called.
it's that samurai game that Diction's put up before, the one where you move body parts to fight.
Individually?
I forget the name of it. But
it looks like Forge is actually on the front page, so that's good. We'll talk about that a little more later, But
that's kind of the problem. People are basically saying that like there's no system for putting something on there.
Well, but I think that's
before.
But I think that's kind of the point, though, right? Is that Valve is still going to vet it, so it's really about, do you have a community rallying around you? Is there demand for getting something like this done? And then Valve does the investigation. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're on the top. If you don't have a game to ship, you've just wasted a bunch of effort trying to get people to vote for it.
Also, people, Tori Bosch is the name of the game where you move people's parts in like a fighting arena. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, that was the main complaint I saw, and that was from industry people complaining that basically there should be a couple categories on Greenlight, one for games that actually exist and one for like works in progress kind of a thing, and one for like concepts. But that was the main thing that I saw. It wasn't not that these people weren't heavy hitters, but like, it wasn't like Ben Kuchera making an editorial saying that Greenlight is shit or something, and a lot of people seeing
Wait, did you just give Ben Kuchera credit by saying he was a heavy hitter?
Penny Arcade has changed Ben Kuchera's life.
Dude, you love Ben Kuchera now. You used to be real hard on good old Ben over there, and now you're...
Well, he hasn't said anything stupid in about a year, so...
Yeah, is that due to Penny Arcade that's changed? He's a whole new man or something?
He's a whole new man since he went to Penny Arcade.
Yeah. I never really had well, no, you really got on him originally, though. Wasn't it because of the Duke Nukem? They hated the Duke Nukem.
Yeah, no, and the thing was, just to briefly surmise why I got in his case. The game sucked.
Yeah, it was bad. But he hated it for the wrong reasons.
He hated it.
I remember.
Within 5 minutes of opening the game before actually even playing it. Well, my God, he's pissing. Well, did you play Postal? That game's excellent. There's piss everywhere. Like, you can't... Yeah, I mean, you can't go into the game and like 5 minutes in be like, well, I know this is going to suck. I mean, it did end up sucking, but still.
I think Greenlight looks pretty cool. I feel like hopefully they'll refine this UI a little bit more. I think right now I'd like to see more. Maybe like if they did sort of top lists, like what's the top voted thing right now, it would kind of maybe defeat the point. But it's kind of hard to find the games that like, the higher quality games that have a bunch of upvotes that you kind of want to see what's coming in the pipeline. And so I hope they get like some more categorization and stuff. But overall, I feel like
anything with voting involved can be gamed, and that's not the way it should work. Like, 402 can go and be like, I like this game, go vote for it. That game's getting 30,000 votes. Right. And like that's a load of shit. That game could be a huge turd, but they could put somebody you can just make a game, put somebody in your mouth for a little while, and they'll tell people to vote for you.
But I think that it still doesn't matter though. It's like Reddit karma. Like you can game Reddit, but in the end it's just a post up at the top. And so for a game like this, if something's up at the top, like Valve, that just means Valve has a higher chance of reviewing it faster. So if 402 has a big following and he thinks a game is good, I mean that's what like we would tell people if we thought games were good and we thought they should upvote them. So that's the whole point of the system.
I agree with Tino's. That's what's going to happen. Like He says, I give 4chan a week until they do something ridiculous on Greenlight. You're totally right. I mean, it's
that's
Farm Life 1 and 2.
That's bound to happen.
It's got to. And real quick, I have I just got breaking news from Nick Fenton, who just told me that he's having another satanic abortion in a Burger King bathroom right now.
Wow.
That goes back to a story of him. I haven't told this. We'll tell this next time he's on the podcast. But he had a satanic abortion in my car from his ass at one point. Almost. We got him to the bathroom, but anyway,
that's not good.
So that's where he is right now. He's at Burger King taking a giant shit instead of being on the podcast.
Let me know beforehand. I think I'm going to miss that podcast.
Yeah, before you hear about that.
Up next is Torchlight 2. Finally, after being able to pre-order for like 4 months, finally has a release date. They announced Friday at PAX, September 20th. The game looks quite good.
They announced it Friday at PAX at the Twitch booth. Come on now.
Boom. Boom. There it is. But it looks really good. I didn't get to play it. The line was pretty big. The line was big for some really random games there, but we'll get
fucking Borderlands 2 had a 4-hour wait. It's like the game's out in 3 days. Why are you waiting for 4 hours?
Yeah. People were telling me that the people were playing that, waiting 4 hours, and getting right back in line to play it again. So I don't know.
It's fun. I played it. I played an extended thing too at East, and it's a great game. But you're not gonna experience anything in 15 minutes or an hour.
In
90 minutes.
That line was so long. Like the show floor was gonna close before people were gonna be able to play it at the end of the line. I don't know why you would waste your time, but whatever.
Fuzzy Otterbox.
God. Trolling 402 at the Notch.
I met him at the on the floor on the last day. He's a nice guy.
He
was at the Hawken party for a little bit.
He was. He was quite drunk at that.
But Torchlight 2 looks really good graphically. Looks not that the first game looks bad, but it's kind of super cartoony. And the second one follows the same art style, but the graphics, like spell effects and stuff, look really, really good. So. If you were gonna get it, you should probably still get it. It's only gonna be $20 or whatever. So,
Monkey Adrian, meet Christian Singles at crouchingchristians.keylogger.ru/take the wheel back. Why are you derailing the podcast with such gold?
Take this opportunity to remind you that we do stream this podcast live now on our Twitch channel. So
that's why we're reading the.
So next, another highly anticipated, although this one's been in development for a little bit longer than Torchlight 2, 7 years longer. Black Mesa Source release date was revealed. I don't know about that, but supposedly due what? 11
September 14th.
Yeah. So
I will believe that when I actually see it. But I'm excited for it. The trailers look cool.
8 years.
Now,
if you learn anything about 8-year development cycles, see Rage.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, at least this is being done by an independent group of bros.
It's been the same guys too.
Yeah.
So not chance.
It's a passion project, so at least it's not it doesn't have a ton of money behind it or anything like that. They're going to try to. I'm sure it'll be good. I don't know if it's gonna. I think it's gonna fall victim to the Duke Nukem or even Rage kind of thing.
Well,
people are gonna have such high expectations.
Really high.
It's gonna be hard to. It's still
running
on the Source engine.
The thing about it though is Black Mesa is just Half-Life with HD textures. So in that way, it's still going to be Half-Life, which is fucking really good. So. The only change basically they just revamped the textures to the new Source engine, unlike the half-assed Half-Life Source, which frankly isn't much of an improvement over Half-Life. I'm not even sure why Valve made Half-Life Source, but
I don't know. Just
why not just make all the things
yeah. So if you're into that or been following that. Supposedly on the 14th we'll have.
That's true, Fuzzy. The physics got updated. Obviously, we're much better in the Source version of Half-Life. So that was good. But
so one last news thing before we get into a bajillion games from PAX. Valve has also announced that it's going to be going into the hardware business, although we've had a lot of rumors of this. But
finally actually hiring, they have a job listing for an industrial designer that says, their quote is, "We're frustrated by the lack of innovation in the computer hardware space, so we're jumping in." So it's one of those things like it's. I don't know that means we'll see anything in like the next 2 or 3 years even, but it's clear that they're trying to do their own thing. So who knows? Maybe we see them with a razor blade type announcement in a couple of years.
I hope not a razor blade.
It'll be a razor blade for $35.
Yeah.
Same exact thing, just $35 instead.
Yeah, I mean, Valve really hasn't screwed the pooch on any. Hell, I'm trying to go back because I am in danger of often romanticizing Valve to the point of perfection, which is definitely not true.
What about what's that game they released after Half-Life that was god-awful?
Oh God, Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Well, Ricochet.
Yeah,
that's that I almost look at as like.
Even they laugh about
Yeah,
Ricochet.
they make fun of Ricochet. There's been like Steam news posts about how horrible the game is. So yeah, it's kind of a joke. But until they really, really fuck something up, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and hope that it'll be good.
But the thing is, with a Valve job listing, you have to guess that they're going to get like. I mean, I don't know who the best industrial designers in the world are, but you're probably going to get some of them applying for that job because everyone wants to work at Valve.
Oh yeah.
So whatever they're doing, they're going to get.
They're going to
really
get the best of the best.
Chat just said it would be a downloadable console.
Probably. That wouldn't be difficult for them.
Part. Oh, that would be epic. You print it out on your HP inkjet 2500.
I mean, they haven't confirmed what they're actually doing, but there's certain parts where I feel like they're not going to be doing anything, and that would be CPUs and GPUs. Like
that takes too much research to even get involved.
Too many resources. You got to own a foundry for CPUs. And
but I mean, you look at something like the Oculus Rift. I mean, like that's all sort of off the shelf in terms of the hardware they're using, like the displays and that sort of stuff. But they, the guy put it together and made a new, really innovative product. So I could see Valve doing something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But we'll see where they go with this. They have a lot of money, so and they'll attract the best people, as you said. Yep. So, all right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with PAX on PAX on PAX on PAX coverage of games and the show floor and whatever else we got to do there. So hold tight, and we'll be back.
Yes, sir.
Got to take a bath in a jacuzzi tub with Justin, naked. If it's a jacuzzi, it's not gay. If it's a bathtub, it's gay. It's just a jacuzzi.
Is that the limit?
That's the rule.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know because I thought I'd stepped over the line.
Baths are inherently gay.
Even if you have a bath by yourself and you're a male, you're gay. That's actually not
true. I take
true.
a bath like if my muscles hurt real bad.
Yeah, you can soak. That's true. No, you soak.
No,
Nick
but
Fenton loves
that's
to
not a
take baths.
bath. That's a soak.
Yeah, that's different
terminology.
Okay.
If you're a grown-ass man literally playing in the bath for like an hour, you definitely...
With like little
when you go in like a hot tub...
who does that? Nick Fenton does that.
He really does.
I go in hot tubs and like go swimming. Like I go underwater and swim in there.
Yeah, it's a hot tub. Nick Fenton's the guy. Nick Fenton's like the dude who's like farting and laughing as the bubbles like tickle his ass. So, like,
it does fucking tickle though. Don't try to say it doesn't.
No, it does. You're right.
Best is when you get that perfect angle where it comes out, it tickles all the way up your gooch and then up the crease between your balls and your legs. That's the best.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. It's been a while since I've experienced that. Maybe I'll.
So we're back. I mean, we were back. Then that shit happened. So, all right. So
this is why I don't cut out breaks when I edit the podcast. By the way, because there is
gold to be mined
anyway.
But so we have a list of games here. But did anyone have like outside of this list here anything they try? I mean, this pretty much covers everything I enjoyed. But any games outside here that they saw or got to do anything with? Anyone? Probably not.
Pretty much this list is, I've played a few of them, and you guys are going to have to fill me in on the others. But these
our list that no one can see except us right now.
Yeah.
Encompasses pretty much everything that was like PC only. Because you had Borderlands, and you had what else is there? Like Splinter Cell and some other stuff but they were only playable on console. We didn't bother.
Sorry. Let's talk about the floor a little bit then. So, if you're expecting news tonight on, Borderlands 2, for instance, or Assassin's Creed 3, or even Torchlight 2, really, beyond what we already know, Neverwinter was a game that I really, really wanted to play, but the line was insane for Neverwinter, of all things. Brand new IP MMO. So, the lines for those games, and Dishonored, that's another one.
But it was only on console.
For those big AAA titles,
I so wait 4 hours to play something for 10 minutes. I don't get it.
Yeah, and they were all on consoles. That was part of the problem. Although, like, Dishonored was a game I was really interested in, but I wasn't going to wait an hour and a half to play it on Xbox.
Yeah, if I had time, I would have still. I just want to see how it feels, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't have time, but I wish I could have.
But that was my philosophy on it. But the lines, guys, are insane for those big IPs.
It was insane Sunday too. I thought it was going to die down on Sunday.
Yeah,
the lines were just as long, if not longer, than a Friday and Saturday. Saturday was the craziest, obviously, but yeah, dude, they were really long. There was really.
I went and got in line for Neverwinter, which, if you guys, Neverwinter's made by the same guys who publish Blacklight Perfect World, and they're actually, most of the MMOs they make are like super Asian, but they're pretty like decent quality usually. But the world of Neverwinter is kind of legendary at this point with the old Neverwinter Nights
shit.
Yeah. So I'm really interested in that game. If you pre-order Torchlight 2 through Perfect World, they're publishing that game too. You get in beta automatically. So that was another thing for me. I know I'm going to order that. So then I was like, I'm not that disappointed that I'm not going to get to play it because I'll just be in beta in a week. So, but that's the problem with these shows a little bit. Not the problem necessarily, but if you're an exhibitor like you two, you can come in early and check stuff out now and then. But seriously, guys, if you go to a PAX and, like, Borderlands 3 is there or something like that, it is not worth your 5 hours. There is a whole show.
Yeah, there's so many things.
There's tons of shit there's tons of gems that you can just, like, jump on that nobody's there. Nobody's giving these games the time of day, and you can jump on and fucking play them for 3 hours straight. Nobody cares because they're just stoked that somebody's playing their game. When you look at like a AAA title, they're like, "Will you please get the fuck out of here so somebody else can come?"
Yeah. Or you're Firefall, and you just throw $80 bajillion behind your booth.
Every single event, dude, Firefall has like the fucking biggest booth.
Their carpet is fantastic, though.
Oh God, yeah,
it is comfortable. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they have like ergonomic mats under the carpet or something.
Yeah.
It was the thing that I found. I mean, this was my first PAX. I've never been to East, never been to Prime. I was just amazed at just the sheer amount of things that are there. Like the fact that if you had a one-day pass, you probably didn't see everything. Not even if
probably didn't even visually look at anything.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like let's say you didn't stand in any lines to play games. You were just walking around. In one day, it's hard to actually see everything. Just even if you're just walking around looking at stuff. There was stuff, but I don't even think I saw everything, and I was there for 2 full days.
Yeah, there was a ton of indie booths that I mentioned this in the pre-show, but Diction was telling me about like all these sweet indie games that were up on the other side, like the side where all the Xbox and PlayStation booths were. And there were tons of little booths, which all looked like tabletop game ones to me, which I have no interest in. So I didn't go to them, but apparently there were a bunch of indie PC games over there that I missed, which I'm now disappointed. He told me about one that was called like Time Core or something like that, like Soldiers of Time Core, like it was something like that. But the concept is, it's like Contra. If you guys play Contra, 2D platforming shooter.
Right.
And if you die, what happens is it rewinds your guy to a point, and you have to play through and save the you that just died.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah.
And it can happen infinitely. So you could have like, if you've played Super Meat Boy, at the end, I think it's at the end of a level, you can watch like all your attempts, like they all go simultaneously, and you can see them jump around. that's what this game does. And you can like try to save yourself. You know, if you keep dying, you can like keep trying to save yourself and go through. So it's pretty cool. Super Time Force actually might have been the name, Duder McBroham, but sounded really cool. I didn't get to check it out though. So
yeah, that's cool. I mean, go ahead, Brandon.
No, go ahead. You're good.
No, are we just talking about our favorite games or moments that aren't necessarily on this list, though? I mean, is that kind of okay?
Yeah. yeah.
And
so if you went to a panel or anything, I didn't get.
Yeah, no, I didn't get to go to any panels. I was gonna say, no, it's already on the list. Never mind. Go ahead, Brandon. We'll get to it. I just realized it's on the list. So.
Well, no, let's just go into it. So the few games that really stood out for me. I'm not going to go in the order of our list, by the way. The games that really stood out for me were Hawken, Forge, and Special Forces Team X.
Yeah,
I think the other stuff looked cool. Recoil looks really neat, but I think so. Hawken has been a lot of hype so far. I finally got to play it. I think you guys had played an earlier build at PAX East.
A much uglier build compared to this one too.
Yeah, but I mean they've got 3 months roughly until they release. And I mean the game so far I think looks good. It plays pretty well. I was trying to get some more information about their free-to-play model, kind of how they're going to monetize, but obviously, as I expected, that stuff's all still being hammered out. But the game itself, I think, looks really good. What did you guys think?
I think, like, for me, I played it, and the gameplay is actually pretty similar. The only thing is there's more mechs to choose from. Yeah, but graphically, my lord, is it a lot better than the build. If you see, well, we're going to put up footage this week, but if you see footage now,
played it either, which is what's so crazy.
Yeah, but it looks way better now.
Yeah, it's really good.
But they have all the mechs now, like the heavies and heavy, light, medium. I think there's actually one more. I think there was a fourth, but
I can't tell. I didn't get an answer. I should have asked. I don't know if they tweaked like movement at all, or even just general like mouse speed and being able to turn and stuff. All of it felt a little bit smoother to me. I'm not sure if that was tweaked in this build. In addition to graphically, I felt like it was even a little sluggish when I played the last build a little while ago. And this is definitely a huge improvement.
But there's for people wondering, there is no set date for closed beta, but it's close.
Yeah,
it's very close.
Yeah, I think we'll probably start getting keys and stuff soon. Getting probably more gameplay out in the wild.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see how they're going to do, man. I think it's a solid game just from what we've played. I just don't know because I don't know. I'm interested to see how a mech game is going to do in today's environment because it's not extremely fast paced. It's a lot more methodical. Obviously, it's quicker than mech games of old, and it's not quite as hardcore in that sense where you have to have the fucking the fucking chair command center with your joysticks, but. I think a lot of people will play it. I just we'll see what kind of legs.
Yeah, it's fast paced. I think it's fast paced for a mech game,
right?
But that's because mech games are traditionally a little slower.
Yes,
and they're going up against MechWarrior Online, which Dan and I were talking about. They've got the name. I mean, even if the game isn't good, there are people that still have that brand association with the MechWarrior of old. So, I mean, even if Hawken is the better game, it's like you're just trying to compete with who's going to try your mech game. People probably aren't going to download 2 mech games. It's already kind of like a niche genre.
Right, exactly. And the one thing they didn't add in this build, which I was a little disappointed on, was now we don't have to have this, and I'm going to get some hate because people are like, oh, Call of Duty has hit markers. But it is a little... It would be nice to have some kind of indicator.
Hit markers are useful.
Whether it's audio, even if it's just audio or visual, because you'll be lighting a dude up, and you can see it has a health bar, so you can see how low he is. But it would be nice to be able to have a little more impact. Be like, okay, I'm really doing damage to this guy, or I'm hitting him. It's hard to know because especially if they're out of range and you fire a missile, you're not sure if you hit him.
I agree with that definitely because some of the missiles lock on and you're not sure if they if the missile goes behind a building, you have no idea. Yeah, exactly. The other thing too is as I think can happen pretty easily with a mech game that's supposed to be futuristic with the HUD and all that. I felt like the HUD was a little bit cluttered. and it like took me a little while to understand what all the elements were, and the HUD was useful once I understood it, but it's still, you know, a little bit cleaner HUD, I think, would appeal to some people.
The screen is going to be overwhelming for people who have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, what I saw a lot is people playing it for the first time because they were running like 4v4s or something in their booth, and they had it on big screens. Like, everyone was overheating weapons, like, when it's easily avoidable to not do that.
Right.
But everyone was doing it all the time. Like, you'd have battles just end because both mechs.
Well, it's also there's not a good indicator other than the fact that the barrels get fucking red. But I don't think maybe there is. Maybe I just wasn't.
You're not necessarily looking at that.
No.
You're looking at the other mech,
exactly.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of movement.
Yeah, I think that's the good thing though is that, like, I don't even know if I would expect those kinds of things to be an alpha build, but I think that some of those audio and visual cues, like, that'll just make the game better and more accessible to new players, which is kind of what you got to do for a free to play game.
Yep. But I think they're going to add that stuff. I've heard. I'm pretty sure. I have heard through the grapevine that a lot of that stuff's being added, especially the hit marker thing, or at least some indicator. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the final build.
Yeah, I mean, it's still an alpha build.
It's still early, so a lot of the stuff I'm sure is going to be added. Yeah.
My favorite game there that I hadn't played previously, I still think it's Recoil because I'm like an old school FPS guy. I like that plain, straight up shooting games.
You got to do some Recoil casting.
I did, but Primal Carnage was definitely the most fun I had. Flying as a pterodactyl and picking up a survivor with your claws and just flying straight up in the air as far as you can possibly go till you hit the end of the skybox and dropping him to his death is the most satisfying thing in the world. Primal Carnage is like, think of Left 4 Dead versus mode, but you're dinosaurs.
Yeah. And you can do, like, I remember the devs telling us at East that you can do combos with the dinos and stuff like that.
You guys uploaded footage of that, right? We uploaded footage from East.
We are the fourth highest result on YouTube for Primal Carnage. Our shaky.
I still haven't gotten a chance to play it. I wish I would have played it, but yeah, it looks awesome. That's sweet.
Brandon got shit on. We filmed it. Brandon played as the dinosaurs and just died horrobly.
Yeah,
I
could feel it was kind of similar to Left 4 Dead in, like, the way the classes are set up. Like, there was one where one of the dinosaurs you can pounce, and then you have the pterodactyl who's flying around. But I didn't do very well. But I think it's cool. It looks really good. Based on the PAX East footage that we got, I couldn't. It's hard to get a sense of how good it looks visually from, shaky cam type footage. But when I was there looking at it in person, the lighting looks really good. I mean, it looks
weather effects. The weather effects were probably
it looks really impressive. The one I think the map that maybe the one re-recorded was that night map, and I mean, it looks really cool. It's kind of hard to see. It gives you a good sense of atmosphere, like makes you feel like you're actually being chased around by dinosaurs, and you can, in the night map at least, that with the dinosaurs you kind of have the upper hand in terms of it's hard for them to see you. So it was fun. It felt really, really good atmosphere, and I mean, it really gets you involved in the game.
Yeah, you can pre-order that game now if you're interested in it, and I think it gets you into beta as well automatically, which may or may not have started.
It felt very, very polished to me. I didn't see any glitches like texture popping, anything. I didn't feel anything.
But it looked that was the thing for me. Like, it looked decent at East, but the models are way, way more professional looking now compared to what they were. And they did add, someone in chat asked, did they add the swarm dinosaur? They did, and they add the spitter too. The spitter's in there.
Yep.
So you can spit acid on people.
Yeah, I tried that. I did that very poorly. Let's see. So I hadn't gotten a chance to play Recoil before this. I thought Recoil, I think it's a lot of fun. It's not that polished yet. I mean, which again you expect out of an alpha, but that's one comment on it. The combat feels good though. Feels really tight. Their sniper seemed very powerful. Especially
is it a one shot?
It's anywhere one shot.
I think on the second day it wasn't. I think they
said it was a new build.
Yeah, I think they were testing new builds with us because the first day, the sniper was a one hit kill anywhere, and we were doing some serious destruction with that. The second day, like leg shots, you had to finish them off with the pistol. But the combat feels really good. It seems like they're going for kind of smaller maps, at least with the ones they showed at PAX. So it feels like it's probably good, like 5v5, 6v6 territory. I think it has good competitive potential for sure.
Yeah,
that's cool. I still haven't played it. I've seen footage of it. I still didn't.
It is very much a straight up.
Can you not
super raw.
It's still not even like it's not in any client or anything that we can get.
I don't think so. We'd like to do a stream with them playing it, so we'll do that at some point. I hope. But what it is, it's just a straight up, no frills.
What game does it remind you most of?
1.6.
1.6.
1.6.
Nice. Okay.
With less stuff even than Counter-Strike.
Maybe like 1.6 and COD 4.
Yeah, Pro Mod.
Pro Mod.
Yeah, 1.6 and Pro Mod mixed would probably be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Very Twitch though. I mean,
yeah.
Your models move at Quake speed, so.
Yeah. The guys who were really good at it had just ridiculous shots. I mean, when we were watching the little tournament thing that John was doing, this kid with a FAMAS was just unbelievable. But to put it this way, in the competitive match, and even in the regular game, although some of these were over, several players, the scores, but nobody was really going too far over a 1.0 KD. Like it's hard to dominate. You could have a good run, but you weren't going to go 40 and 10 or something in a map. Just isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Like best player there was going I think he was 27 and 20 the last map. So,
and I think didn't you say that they're looking to make it really moddable? Like they want to see what people turn the game into.
It's built based around modding. Yeah, that's what they want for it. They're releasing map editors and mod tools right off the bat with full access to change anything in the game that you want right away.
Right. Huh. And it looked, I'm just not as good at those games right away unless I have played them for a bit. But it looks so raw right now that it's hard to even... It's hard to disparage it, kind of, because it's clearly this is a really early version of this game.
But it also looks like they're going for a fairly bare bones type gameplay. So, yeah. I don't think... It seems like they probably don't have a ton of work left to do, but it does... it did look fairly raw. Yeah, it's not polished yet. In terms of... It looks like an alpha build. So, yeah, I think it shows a lot of promise, though.
But there's going to be 40 games. There's no perks, no kill streaks, none of that crap. No sprint button?
Nope. You don't need sprint. You move too fast.
Yeah,
already.
You can slow down. Shift slows you down. No sway on the sniper. It's pretty much an AWP or a M40 in Pro Mod, that kind of a thing. So if you're a fan of those kind of games, you'll love it, I think. The maps are very simple, very small. Where can you see gameplay? I would assume Twitch would keep those VODs. I don't know.
Yeah, there's PAX East VODs of it.
Or you can watch our Shaky Cam gameplay when we upload it later.
Yeah, we'll have that uploaded at some point, which still basically shows what it is. You're not missing a whole lot. It's pretty bare bones, but that's a good thing in this case.
And they are on Greenlight, right? So it's Recoil with a K. If you check them out, you can go upvote them on Greenlight if you want.
Yeah, and earlier in the chat, somebody posted, Uber Elite posted what you need to do to get into beta. So, like and fave on Steam Greenlight, take a screenshot of it.
And email to beta@plasticpiranha.com.
So, I think my favorite game that I played, I really liked Hawken, I really liked Special Forces 2 Max, but just in terms of the game that really caught me by surprise, because I didn't know about it before and I hadn't heard of it, was Forge. This is just kind of we didn't really know what it was. We just walked up and started playing.
It's 8 computers tacked onto the Astro booth.
Yeah.
It didn't have its own booth.
And so Forge is a Kickstarter project that's actually going on now, and they have 5 days left. Doesn't look like they're going to meet their goal because they're less than a third of the way there. But the game itself is very good. It's an alpha, but in terms of
it's ready
how alphas go. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good so far, and I think they're probably closer than that alpha state would suggest. It's basically, how would you describe it, Dan? It's like WoW PvP, but you aim. There's no grind, no gear. It's just like basically kind of arenas.
It's a 3D. It's a 3D Bloodline Champions with combat that's more similar to WoW than a MOBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think WoW PvP. Like, if you've played WoW PvP, that's the best example I can give
with
you.
smite kill shots.
Yep.
Or skill shots.
Yeah, and there is a bit of, well, I don't even know if aim assist is the right word, but like, if you're kind of in the area of a guy, like with the Pathfinder class, which is the bow and arrow using class, the arrow will home in on them, but you have to be pretty close. You're not just going to hit every shot. Like in WoW, if you made a shot with a hunter, your character would just follow and like rotate and follow the person.
There's no target locking, no tab targeting. That's why I say it kind of does feel like Smite in terms of you aim. Like, it's not completely aim based, but the aim is just, I wouldn't say it's aim assist, but it's like, it's just kind of forgiving. You're aiming close to the person, and your shots land. But it was
that needs to be a thing, though. I mean,
yeah, for that type of game, it's really more about like the combination of moves that you're doing. That's why it feels like WoW, because you have, I think, 9 abilities. And you're just competing. It's just pure PvP with those abilities. So I loved it because it's all the good things about WoW PvP with all of the bad things taken out, and then you throw in the fact that you kind of have to aim and have a little bit of like aim and movement skill. Feels really good. And
it's not first person, to be clear for people who haven't seen it. It's like Smite perspective.
And another thing
a little further in
about it is that the animations and like the spell effects are fucking fantastic. I played the assassin, and the best skill in the game, bar none, is if the whole group of people are ganging up on you as an assassin, you can target one person, stealth, and you pull them into stealth with you, and you can kill them, and then pop back out of stealth and pull another one in on a 5-second cooldown.
Yeah, they were. So Total Biscuit made a video of this actually a while ago, and I watched it. I don't normally watch this stuff, but I watched it today just to see, because it was with a dev, and we talked to the devs a little bit. But basically, there is going to be no leveling system, but right now your spells are set for every class. You cannot change them, and yes, you can rocket jump with the pyro. With the Pyro Mage.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But in the future, they're going to have other skills you can swap in and customize your build. And right now, I don't know if anyone here did play like at least somewhat high level arena, not because I didn't play high level by any means. But,
I played high level 2v2 druids.
All it ended up in WoW was healer tank, and
or
healer
tank.
Yeah, healer tank isn't really a thing in this. There is a tank class and there is a healer class, but what they do, that's all they can do. Like, they can't the warden can do some damage, but the warden, half his spells are just to take damage off of teammates. So his whole thing would be, he wouldn't be running a flag and capture the flag, but he'd be running with you, deflecting damage. And
it's kind of like a distraction class almost.
And there's very, very limited CC on most of the classes. Like in World of Warcraft, every class really has some form of CC.
It's all about stun lock.
Yeah,
and
there's none of that. There's no...
There are stuns.
Yeah, there's stuns and there's CC, but every class doesn't have that ability, whereas in World of Warcraft, or every other game, really... There's every class has some form of CC or some form of escape or some form of stun or disable or something.
You can lock someone down, but not to the extent, like in WoW it would be like with a rogue you'd be like kidney shot and then whatever the
gouge.
Yeah, you could just lock a healer down for a good 20 seconds.
If you were geared, you could stun lock them to death.
So.
And I think so far they only have capture the relic, which is their version of capture the flag. They're also going to have
capture the flag with towers. So if you hold a tower when you capture the flag, you get 2 points instead of 1.
No, I didn't play this, but did you guys? Or I didn't hear. But did you guys say it's a free to play or it's not?
It is not free to play.
No, it's not.
I talked to them. They're looking to So I don't know how it works with their Kickstarter, since it doesn't look like it's going to reach its goal.
Right.
How their development's going to work, but I mean the game's going to come out one way or another. It sounds like so. They are on Greenlight, and I think obviously they're pushing to try and be one of the top on Greenlight, and they are, I think, on the front page. I don't know if that's customized for certain people, but they're looking to release it on Steam, and I think they're going to do, I don't know, like a $15 to $25 type price point, something like that. Okay. And I think they're going to have DLC. I don't know if it's going to be different character classes or how their DLC is going to work, but it sounds like it's going to be a more traditional model. I don't think they're looking to do microtransactions. They're going to stick with like just the basic release the game and then expansions or something to that effect.
Okay.
So
all right, interesting.
The other thing is that you can change into like a spirit animal, and that isn't fully functionally implemented yet. What happens is you'll hit C, and your character turns into a statue, and you turn into an animal that has extremely fast movement and can jump really far. And basically what it is, it's like a harassment assist. So if you're nowhere near the flag carrier or something like that, this isn't implemented yet, but it sounds cool. So you can turn into your animal, run to where the flag carrier is pretty fast, assist with like an attack or a stun or something, and then hit C and you're back in your body. So like you'll get one attack basically with that spirit animal, and then you're done, and it's a 1 minute cooldown.
It's almost like oh, never mind. I was going to compare it to like Street Fighter, or not Street Fighter, but like Marvel versus Capcom.
It is a lot like that. But
you have like
it's the same implementation.
Yeah,
you can call assist basically.
Cool.
Yeah, the animals can't do anything right now. K9, there's no abilities. You can just run around kind of, which another reason to use it is to escape, kind of. And yeah, there is collision. There is model collision for people asking, which is actually kind of a big deal. But there's 5 classes right now, and it's going to ship with 5, they said. So whenever they ship, it's going to ship with 5. This Kickstarter was basically to put a lot of polish, from what they were saying in Total Biscuit's video. They said basically if we're going to put the game out anyway, even if the Kickstarter fails, but it would be a lot better if we hit the goal.
What was the Kickstarter goal? How much?
Their goal was 300K. Which seems kind of a lot in terms of some of the other games that we've seen, like budgets they've been trying to get for Kickstarter. But I was telling Dan, like I think $300,000 it's kind of sounds like a lot, but that's what it takes to make a good game. Like that's not a huge budget, and they're at about 70-some thousand. Oh yeah. So they're not. So they're not probably not going to make it, since they only have.
Well, then they don't get anything though from that, right? They don't
get anything.
Right.
And here's the thing, though: if you want to get in alpha now, and I don't think they're going to take it away from you if it fails, but if you want to get an alpha now and play, you can pledge $15 or more and get that, and probably it's never gonna get charged to your card.
Yeah. So I don't know how that works, but I would say if you're interested in the game, if you do pledge right now on Kickstarter, they are emailing out keys, and you can download and play the game. Dan and I were playing before the cast, so
we got in an 8v8 game. It's 13v13 at max. At PAX it was 4v4, which was okay, but there was a lot of downtime trying to find people. 8v8 is a cluster, but like in the best way. It's awesome. And I had that feeling, John, of like the old like attacking an Arathi Basin point, like me and you versus like 5 people at the point, like that. that feel was back. Yeah, so it was really awesome. So check it out, guys. Like I said, you can put that. What happens with Kickstarter if you've never done it? Because Slamtarts was asking earlier. You pledge that money, so it doesn't charge you then. It charges you on the day it ends if they make the goal. If they don't make the goal, nothing gets charged. And in this case, you'll still be in the alpha. So, and we'll probably try to get beta keys from them at some point. We talked to them. Brandon talked to them quite a bit. Really good guys. So.
Yeah, if you played WoW PvP, I mean, go look at a trailer or something. Go look at Total Biscuit's video. It's a very cool game. It's very telling when you're at PAX. You have a bunch of different games you could play, and you want to go back and play one game. that's what Forge was, that game for me, and I think for Dan too. Like we were like, let's we could go look at some other games, but I actually just really want to go back and play Forge again.
My only gripe was the fucking setups where the mouse was under the desk. It hurt my wrist so bad.
Oh, yeah, it was when we walked up, they're couldn't
find the mouse. No one was using a mouse. No one was using.
I was looking down the row, and people were using WSD and then the arrow keys. And I started doing that because I was like, do they really not have mice? Is that what this game is? And I thought it was going to be some just like a weird control scheme. And then someone finally figured out the mice were under the desk. And then the game was great. But for the first 5 minutes or so, it was awful.
But definitely my favorite game of the show, and I could tell just by wanting to come back. I came back to Recoil quite a bit, too. Part of that was the Twitch booth was comfy as well. They had chairs to sit in and things, which was nice after being... I swear I walked 30 miles this weekend.
Yeah.
I walked 25. I had my pedometer on.
Oh,
yeah. So... Forge was really good, but another game, we're just going to go through them, guys. Marvel Heroes, man. Loved it. It's not anything kind of revolutionary, per se. It's basically what Marvel Heroes is, if you guys haven't heard of it. It's basically Diablo, but with Marvel characters. And you can switch the characters out at will. So if you're playing as Hulk and you require like some AoE clearing and like beastly strength guy, you play as Hulk, but then all of a sudden you need lots of power or speed, you can switch to Wolverine mid-game and play with him. So it feels like, and this might be too old for some of you in chat, or even for Scott or Brandon, but if you played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or X-Men arcade games back in the day, the 4-player ones, the big old cabinet ones. Oh my god, that's what it's like.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, but there's loot and like
there's
stuff
loot
like that
everywhere. There's more loot in that game than I've seen in any other game I've ever played. It's fucking ridiculous.
Cool. The little demo they had set up.
Yeah, you got to kill a boss in the demo, which is cool.
Yeah, they had
20 pieces of loot.
Yeah, they had a little demo set up, so it was kind of nice because it wasn't like you had to guess how much you wanted to play. You just played through their little demo section. And like you said, you can switch different characters. I don't know if we mentioned it's going to be free to play, so it sounds like they're going to have, I guess, certain characters will be added and they'll cost money, or I think they're going to do a lot of customization because obviously there's tons of skins.
We already know that from the first vendor you come across, guys, which you can't even afford anything because it's just a demo. But the vendor in the demo was like 40 skins. Like, that's all it was.
Yeah, I played through as Wolverine, and like through my first little demo playthrough, I already got one skin. And like John said, they drop a ton of loot. Like, I think you kill Magneto or someone, and he just drops loot all over the place. So it was pretty satisfying for a quick little demo game.
It'll be co-op. You'll be able to play multiplayer. This was just a single player demo. I don't even know if it's a real level, but it'll be free to play. Yeah, we just said that. But keep a lookout on that. You can sign up for the demo at their site.
For the beta, you mean?
Yeah, the beta at their site. I don't know if it was just marvelheroes.com, but there were 6 playable heroes at PAX. But there's going to be a lot more because
they have a lot.
They have a Marvel license.
Yeah, they have a lot at their disposal with that license. So I'm sure they'll, given that it's free to play, I'm sure they're going to do as much as they can around different models.
So someone asked about Punisher. Punisher will be in it, and I think the heroes will be kind of like League of Legends. They mentioned. Even though they have nothing set in stone, they mentioned that heroes will be something they'll probably microtransaction. But because they mentioned League of Legends as an inspiration, so that'll probably be part of it. So Daredevil, Punisher, and Squirrel Girl are coming in. I know Rocket Raccoon's already in there for people who like Marvel vs. Capcom. Ridiculous troll character that he is in that game. But Hulk was in there. I played as Hulk. What did you play as, Brandon? Wolverine?
I played as Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah, you play with Iron Man during the demo we played.
I think that's I think they just have random characters joining you or something. I don't know if that's... Yeah. I don't know how that really works. Maybe if you're playing alone, they have a computer player help you in certain points or something, but...
Yeah, I'm looking at Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Captain America, Wolverine, Hulk, many others. Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four universes, like obviously Punisher. Spider-Man will be in there, yes. But it looks like just Spider-Man a fun... 3. Yeah, obviously Emo Spider-Man. Emo Spider-Man will be in there. But it looks really cool, and it's going to be free to play, so there's really no reason not to pay attention to it, kind of.
On that free to play.
And guess who it's created by, guys? And this was really exciting for me. David Brevik, creator of Diablo and Diablo 2, the man that the Diablo 3 team shit on a few weeks ago.
Remember that?
So
yeah.
So he knows what he's doing.
So next, we put up a video of this yesterday. Warface co-op. Warface. There's already like some footage out there from the Russian version, but we hadn't seen a co-op version, so that was playable at PAX. It looks really nice. I mean, as you'd expect from the Crytek engine, it looks really good. Yeah. Maybe compared to some of the other games we've talked about, maybe it looks a little generic, kind of Call of Duty-ish, but I'm not going to pass judgment. I mean, it looked really good, and I think I have to wait and really see how the multiplayer pans out for that. I wouldn't see myself playing co-op a ton in that game.
But the co-op mission was still pretty fun. It was just tacked onto the side of Tryon Worlds or something. It was only 5 PCs, and you could only play the co-op, which I thought was very odd because the focus of that game is like a Battlefield-style multiplayer. Not the scale, but there's like an engineer class, a medic, all that kind of stuff is in the game. But obviously it looks awesome.
The theme of PAX, I don't know if it was like it for East, but it's just free to play, just fucking everywhere, dude. Like everything's free to play now. And it's getting to that. I remember when we had Jared on the podcast, like way back, the first time when I called him Gertzen, fucking, and he talked about how this is going to be like the wave, and then it's just going to become saturated with, there's some definitely good ones that we're talking about. Like we're talking about the stuff that we liked, but there was also a lot of shitty or smaller stuff.
A lot of the tiny indie boosts, they were actually going to be selling their games for like $10 or $15.
Yeah, that's true.
What Diction was saying. So,
but the wave is here. We're just gonna. Yeah, feels like everything. Everything.
Gonna have to ride it. Yeah.
When you had like World of Tanks, World of Warplanes had a big booth.
Dude, fuck them. Like, they just not very good.
They make so
just
much
not
money,
very good games, in my opinion. I've played World of Tanks. It is pay to win to the max. Like, it's so pay to win.
Jared just said, "I hear you can pay to kick people in Warfare or Warface." I'm adding it to BLR. There he goes, just taking those ideas.
But Warface looks pretty good. The multiplayer looks better than the co-op. So,
but it's pretty clear that their differentiating factor is going to be the fact that it's on Crytek, and it did look really good.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what they have essentially. Nothing else is going to be too groundbreaking.
Yep.
So.
Let's see. We saw Natural Selection 2. That looks pretty neat. I've never played Natural Selection.
The first one was really cool. Just really hard to get into because the learning curve is fucking so high.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed like for this one, the learning curve seemed high.
Yeah, people are so good at that game. I played that back. I played the original 1.6 or whatever Half-Life mod back in the day for a couple weeks at one point, and I got pretty decent at it. But yeah, dude, the learning curve, like learning how to work as a team, work with your commanders and Marines, and then also being the aliens and shit takes a lot of skill. They all have different abilities. It's a cool idea, though. It's a fun game to watch.
Like RTS combined with
first-person shooter, base control, kind of like.
Yeah, and you can play as like you're in the animal's jaws.
Yeah, it was fun to watch people in the animals like running up and biting robots and stuff.
It's like I'm all for Half-Life mods getting like really good treatment and coming out in like full retail games or whatever. Fucking hidden. Come on.
Hey, community's working on it, Scott.
I know, and I appreciate the community's working on it. I just need it now. I need it now. I needed it 2 years ago. God.
So it looks pretty good. It
does look cool.
If you were into the first one, you will probably like the second one.
Yeah.
This game was horrid, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Special Forces Team Dix. That's what I've written on here. Special Forces Team X. That Gertzen guy made this game with some people there. Actually, it's really fun. It's really fun.
We were playing it for like 2 or 3 hours at the party.
I was surprised because I normally hate third-person shooters, but I think the special part about it is that you can't get mad at it.
Yeah,
I won't get mad.
No, and your death is pretty much entertaining half the time too.
Your head just blows off and blood squirts everywhere. Like,
yeah, there's a few crazy things in it. The pace is out of control.
Really fast.
One thing.
Yeah,
super fast. Crazy. There's a bunch of different loadouts, but then there's these which I couldn't figure out how to do this. But there's like executions you can do to people, like slit their throat.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't get into any of that. No.
I did. You guys are fucking shit players.
The only problem with it that I found was that people are completely immune to damage when doing an execution, which is because you'll empty a clip into a guy thinking, and you can't hit him. So we let the lead, which actually isn't Jared, I don't think.
No,
it was the guy in the booth there.
K9 Duke and Special Olympics team Rick Leslie.
But the tile selection thing is cool. And yes, folks, there are attack and assault dogs, 2 different types of dogs. That doesn't sell you. I don't know what is.
Yep.
I think the thing I like the most about it is I've never really played Gears of War or any of the other third-person shooters, just because on PC...
it's called cover-based shooters, Brandon. Thank you.
Okay, cover-based shooters, whatever they're normally called. Those aren't very prevalent on the PC, so I've never really gotten into those. But I didn't mind it, and I think the just the fact that it's so over the top, like the cell shaded art style, really lends itself to making the game excessively violent and stuff because it's just kind of ridiculous. So if it was more realistic, I think you'd probably get people upset that it's destroying the youth's fragile minds. But because it's cell shaded and like it's just crazy. And I was telling someone. It felt a lot like when you get a headshot of someone and like the blood squirts up. It felt a lot like an old Source mod where I don't know if you ever played
I remember
it,
the blood.
The blood mod where you shoot someone and then blood just squirts like 30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Well, at one point, I don't know if anyone else had this happen to them, but I got the chainsaw used on me.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It just stuns you for like ever, and he's just cutting my chest open with a chainsaw. There's blood everywhere.
Didn't happen to me. I was too busy killing people.
Wow, dude, Orb and I made poop on everyone for a couple of rounds, so boom. But they were playing Domination. The tile swapping is pretty cool. Right now, it's kind of limited because, as Jared has said on our podcast and then G4, there's only 9 tiles right now. But it'll be really cool once there's more. Yeah, but Domination was great. It was a lot of fun. The points are constantly changing hands.
Yeah,
constantly being tested.
Frantic. It's just so fast, like you were saying, Brandon. It's like
the map tiles are cool. I think a cool idea, especially for Domination, because you have a point in each tile. So the tile you pick really can make a difference. If you want to snipe or if you want to be close quarters, like you have to pick a tile that lends itself to that kind of gameplay.
Yeah. And the FOV is way out there, and so everything even looks even faster.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. It isn't free to play. I think you guys who follow us already know that. But
I think Jared said like $89.99 for the starter edition, and like $140.
Yeah. Well, for Prestige edition,
and that's you only get one gun in the $89.99 version.
Right.
And the other version's $169.99, and you get a small African baby's arm along with 2 classes. And if you pay $1,500, you get all of the guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, that's unconfirmed information, but I think that's pretty close.
Also attack dogs.
I think IGN reported on it, and that's the rumor.
Yeah, they're gonna skin the attack dogs. You can pay like $45 for corgis instead of normal attack dogs and things like that.
IGN came into Zombie right after we left.
Jared, that's a brilliant idea, by the way. Sell skins for dogs in that game. I would buy skins for a dog. If you could have a fucking Cavalier King Charles attack dog skin, I'll buy them. I will buy them.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, IGN came in to talk to Jared, like, right after we were leaving.
Yeah.
And Andy Kipling was
when we were really drunk and leaving?
No. This was at Zombie.
Oh, okay.
At offices. And Andy goes, they'll probably give it an 8.5.
Probably.
So yeah, that's the last game. But the last thing we're going to talk about,
we got to talk about the League of Legends tournament. Holy shit!
Oh my lord, bros! I don't even care who.
I was up there for the finals.
Was nuts,
TSM,
but seeing that setup,
dude, it was glorious. It was so well done. Fucking God, it was just
Riot's on top of their shit. They know what's going on.
Yeah. The presentation was amazing too in the actual venue itself. They had fucking the replays, just the way the whole polish on the thing. I haven't watched, to be honest, a ton of
the Dota venue was much larger.
Yeah,
but Riot did more than they should have been able to do with a venue that small.
Yeah,
like they spiced it up.
Yeah, well, I love how you're saying it's small. I went up there and it was like
that's abysmally small compared to like an MLG even, and they really did a good job with it.
I was just amazed at the way it looked. Like they had huge posters on the wall of League characters, really professional casting, and like the swag bag line, which for some reason was really long. They were casting it and showing it on big screens in that line, and like you could hear, when they would get a kill or something, people would go crazy.
Just eruption. You could hear it throughout the whole venue. Yeah,
yeah, it was unbelievable.
It was awesome.
So. Now, John, maybe you can't disclose exact numbers, but who was like ahead on streams? Was like
Dota 2 did better than.
Yeah, because I knew they were. I saw the Twitch page at one point, and they were like, you'd like refresh. And, like,
Dota 2. The thing about like League of Legends and stuff is it's still mostly North American and European based, and Dota is very big in China. Huge in China. So you have all the Chinese people watching streams, and that's a lot of people. So, yeah. Dota probably pulled bigger numbers.
But
the thing that Riot has though on Dota is that like you can understand what's going on in a League of Legends game very easily, and Dota's a little bit harder to follow. I think it's a bit more complicated of a game.
Jeez. So
yeah, that was sick.
If you ever get a chance to go to one of these, I can't guarantee you there'd be something at PAX East for this, but if there is, just even if you don't care about League of Legends, just go see it, because
I don't even play League of Legends. I understand the
I've
basics. I understand the basics of it, and I was fucking getting pumped watching some of the semifinals matches and stuff, and just the fucking crowd just getting into it and.
Yeah, the whole crowd would go nuts.
Just nuts, dude. Every kill and reacting to like everything, like God.
And like you're saying, just the presentation of it, like instant replay and all the overlays on the stream and stuff. I mean, it looked like a professional broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you what as the older generation dies off. And
wow, dude.
Dan, I'm talking to Dan. I forgot I'm talking to Dan when I say that. No, but like when these young up and comers that are going to be raised on fucking esports, dude, to an extent, it's going to be awesome. And I'm thinking like in 25, 30 years, fucking television coverage of Dota, League of Legends, it's going to be like normal. People are going to be like, I don't know, maybe longer than that, maybe like 30 or 40 years. But if it keeps up at this rate, that's what's
I know talking even with people casually and some KBMOD fans who came up to me, like they were like, yeah, I pretty much only watch streams. Like,
yeah.
Exactly. Stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's about it for our PAX coverage, guys. Hopefully you learned a bit about the 7 or 8 games we talked about. And of course there were the big guns there, but we don't need to tell you that Borderlands 2 is going to be real damn good, and the PC port's probably going to be really good. So, but all right, we're going to take a quick break and then back with a solid round of Twitter questions today, I must say, guys. So we'll take a break and then we'll be right back.
I don't watch, dude. Between Netflix, fucking Amazon Prime, and streams, I don't watch television ever.
I'm not sure why I still have TV. I think I'm gonna
I have to have it for sports. That's really all I watch.
I can get sports now because I watch Philly sports, and I'll just Google on my Google and find
And if you're really into it, you can do really a big like flyer thing. You can just do like NHL games.
Yeah, exactly.
You could just do atdhenet.tv as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's what John does for Penguins games, I think. But I watch all the Arsenal games on stream because they're not going to be on TV here. But it's I'm thinking I'm going to sell my Xbox too because I've heard like these new EA sports games. Because the only reason I have an Xbox at this point is to play NHL 13.
The Roku is the superior
Madden
Netflix platform.
Madden 13 is fucking amazing, dude. I'm telling you.
I've heard it's terrible.
Really? What?
Yeah, I've heard the gameplay is good. Yeah, like great even. But the game, like how the menus are and how
maybe some of the UI decisions. The gameplay is really good.
I heard you can't even play like franchise mode normally.
No, they got rid of it's all like career. Like
you have to pick coach or whatever in the career, and then you can play it like traditional franchise mode. But you can't even do it.
They did change a lot of that. Yeah,
so I think they did that in NHL this year too, because there's online GM mode now, and that's like my favorite mode to play.
Yeah, the animations are what the engine is unbelievable. Like it looks so realistic now, and the presentation's really good. But
all right,
but now you can just if you have a wired Xbox controller and play them on PC.
Well, no NHL games on PC.
Oh, really? None?
Fortunately,
I didn't know that. Oh, that's shitty.
But, all right, guys. We're back with the Twitter questions.
And now it's time for Twitter questions with the KBMOD podcast.
And first up, a double from Yummy Man Ass. Always a one with good questions. What is the best non-gaming thing at PAX?
I like the cosplays.
I was just
cosplays are crazy.
Hot girls in cosplay. The girls. Well, there was some good male cosplay, but there were some hot elves and
there was a full group of 9 people, and all 9 of them were dressed up as a different TF2 class, and that was the best cosplay of the event.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that, but I did see I saw a really good Bastion cosplay. I saw the one of the Super Monday Night Combat characters, like the whatever it's called, the spy character from Super Monday Night Combat.
Yeah, there was a group of 3 guys dressed up as DayZ survivors that like instantly you knew what it was. It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a zombie who was like following us around for a minute or two, and he was like, I mean, he would not come out of character.
He was paid.
Oh, was it? Okay.
He was from that Zombie U game that had a huge fucking...
Yeah, they're really pushing that zombie.
Well, that shows how good the rest of the cosplay is, because I thought he was just some dude.
Yeah, well, the Firefall people were epic.
Yeah.
The people Firefall does. Other than that, I mean,
there was some really good Game of Thrones cosplay. When I was at that waiting in line to do the, it was at the Corsair booth where they were doing the CS:GO tournament. They had a cosplay like every 30 minutes. They did a cosplay contest, and there's some good ones. There was a full Game of Thrones outfit, Khaleesi with dragons, all homemade and stuff. So good. So there was a lot of good stuff.
I was saying I didn't realize that PAX was such a big cosplay type event. And on Friday there really wasn't that much on Friday. I mean there was.
No, but Saturday.
There was a ton. It was. I'm sure.
Fire Crow points out who we met, who's a cool dude from WNX. He did actually. Me and Sarks. I forgot.
Yeah.
Cosplay was the Bone Breaker dude, homemade. Fucking dirty.
Fire Crow was dressed up. If you don't play Blacklight, he was dressed up in like full Bone Breaker like armor from Blacklight.
And he would take off his mask and just be fucking drenched. Just fucking drenched.
So
it was great.
But there was a lot of cool stuff as far as cosplay. And if you're talking about like just being in Seattle has the best food. Just excellent.
Seattle was
food.
awesome. I was surprised.
Yeah, I love Seattle. Great weather.
How good was the weather too? Temperature was like perfect the whole time.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
But were there any games at PAX you saw that you think will be awful? This is also from Yummy Manass.
Awful.
Probably a lot of console games.
Firefall.
Yeah.
But that's
I didn't play
Firefall.
I thought it looked kind of cool.
I know it looks really cool.
I never played it though.
But
I'll say not awful, but Firefall and PlanetSide 2, I feel like I just think they still need work. I mean, I wasn't drawn to them the way I was to the other games we've talked about. Those of you, and they haven't, like, they've been around. We know they're coming, and I guess I'll wait until their full release because their alpha and beta haven't really impressed me that much.
Yeah, and
also when
Planet
Firefall
Side
just
2
keeps appearing at every event and still
this has been fun. They've been at every PAX East that has happened.
Yeah,
literally.
I know.
So
it's like
five.
what is this? What's happening with this?
And all that game does, I talked to Brandon and I think John about this. All that game does is every 3 months they come out with a huge major patch that overhauls the game completely again, to something.
Yeah. It's like
and then they're like, "Oh, look at Firefall revamped."
Totally
it's like, dudes, just pick a game.
It's been like 13 different games. It probably started off as a fucking fighting game.
Because now they're now it's esports. Now they want it to be.
Yeah, they're trying the esports angle. Yeah, you're right.
Well, they finally, I think, had like an option to buy or something, some package you could buy to be a founder or something. So it seems like now they're maybe kind of getting close, but it's like I don't care until the game is actually out there, readily available, and we can talk about it outside of the caveats with alpha or beta status.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
All right, next question. Spooge McGooge. asks favorite sitcom of all time.
Seinfeld.
Tough. Yeah, it's tough for me to pick.
Seinfeld's a good one.
Up there for me.
Arrested Development.
Go ahead.
It's really good.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was cutting you off, Daniel. Sorry. No, I was gonna say I love King of Queens. I fucking used to watch that all the time.
That's a good show. Like
that one always
since it comes on like every day.
I love Albert Brenneman. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody give me my face when I'm shocked that human beings like King of Queens. What a fucking piece of garbage.
That show's fucking amazing.
Watch some King of Queens while I eat jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to do that right in front of you, Dan. God,
every time I go to TGI Fridays and order the poppers, I have to put King of Queens on the TV. So
it's probably on TV there. You probably get a fucking
not
apple
that
teeny and
bad.
some jalapeno poppers, jack off at your seat or something. Kevin James. Fucking worst show.
How do you hate Kevin James?
You might as well watch The Big Bang Theory, you pieces of shit. I don't even know you
accuse me of watching that. Stop it.
Big Bang Theory is all right. I think they've gone a little far in recent seasons.
Yeah.
See? Oh, that show's all right.
That show is a great show. And
shit.
if you think otherwise, Dan, you just have no taste in sitcom comedy. I'm sorry. Zero. You probably think Roseanne was the best family sitcom of all.
I would fucking rail the shit out of her.
Wow.
I actually really like Frasier.
People always
would like Frasier. You would actually like Frasier. No, that makes perfect sense to me, Brandon. Like, I have nothing against Frasier, but like Brandon saying he likes Frasier, I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
people always rave about How I Met Your Mother. I'll get hate. I don't think that show's that funny. I think it's somewhat clever at times, but I think it's totally overrated. Funny. People like talk about it like the best thing ever made. Like, what? It's not that. It's okay. It's not the best.
I tell you what is really good though. If we're going for like current sitcom, Community.
Community is excellent.
Community's good. I like Community a lot. Reba. I used to watch Reba.
Tim Uggleman Tam,
dude. Reba.
Boy Meets World. Oh my god. Boy Meets World was really good.
There's so
Wonder
many
Years.
Hard to pick one. Yeah, Wonder Years.
Wonder Years.
Oh god, George Lopez. Please do not even fucking have your presence.
Now you really want to make me mad.
That one's awful.
You're pouring salt in the King of Queens wound.
I'll be with you
George
on that
Lopez.
one. George Lopez.
George Lopez is terrible. No, it's so awful.
Carl Winslow for president. Fucking Family Matters.
Yep. Great.
Some Urkel jokes.
Now we're just reminiscing and totally getting away from the question. But.
Alf. There you go, Jared. D Fleet 78 asks one of the most open-ended questions we've ever had.
Oh boy.
Billy Mays and Bill Cosby are stuck with you for a day. What do?
Make them fight each other to the death.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing. I was like, how can we make Billy Mays and Bill Cosby fight?
I feel like a black hole would open up if those two engaged in combat.
Well, for one thing, Billy Mays is dead.
Right.
So this is already gone.
So is Bill Cosby's career.
That's true.
He just
Bill
says
Cosby
really
just makes weird fucking ass YouTube videos now, which I found out about recently. I went to his channel. I was like, he just has like 10-second clips of him. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's him. I will fucking find it.
Billy Mays is
and he like gives like little stories and life advice. It's fucking weird. Bill Cosby YouTube.
Yeah, I think having them fight in the octagon is a good answer.
No, not in the fucking octagon. Into the death.
Yeah,
To the death.
Like a street fight?
Nail-covered baseball bats and fucking grills that have been cooking at 1200 degrees so they can stick each other's faces on them and shit.
John, link that in chat for the people if you can.
If you have links disabled, they're disabled for everyone.
All right, never mind.
I don't think they are disabled.
No, we actually let them go. But...
All right, there you go.
the official
Bill Cosby. Just go and watch some videos, and you'll just be like, "What the?"
I just linked us apparently.
Anyway.
Oh, Skype.
Bill Cosby ain't even partnered on YouTube. You piece of shit.
Bill Cosby actually does not get more.
How many subs?
So
how many subs
you can,
Bill Cosby
you can suck a dick. Bill Cosby.
1,700 subs.
What? That's it?
He doesn't have many. This is what I'm saying. When you said Bill Cosby's career is dead, we're not kidding. He's getting 3,000 views on his YouTube videos. I mean, he's Bill Cosby. I mean,
John's ideas.
Just looking at the thumbnails for these videos,
it's depressing. A tribute to Toots and the Maples. Look, he's tapped. It's a train.
You can't understand anything he says either. He's a
shout out to Aston Eaton.
Yeah.
Look at the backgrounds too. What is he living in a trailer? Bill.
Option paralysis. Dan's bigger than Bill Cosby. Laughing my fucking ass. Yes, you are.
Look at a tribute to Toots and the Maytals.
I'm watching this one right now. We should. Oh, gee.
Look at Attention Omaha, Nebraska. He looks like a homeless man broke in and filmed something in Bill Cosby's house. It's not Bill Cosby.
Oh my God, he's doing. Oh God, it's so sad. I don't know. Like I feel like it could be cute, but it's almost I can't understand him. It's like he's
sad.
It's sad. He's like,
but then he keeps doing it, and you're like, wait a minute.
Wow.
It's
Jared Garrettson's the top comment on that vid.
Which video?
I don't know.
One will.
Oh my God.
I think I'd like if Billy Mays is still around. I think I'd just like having him like walk around a city with him and have him just do infomercials like right in front of someone. Be like, listen, here's what you're gonna do. This person walking towards us right now, you're gonna sell them, and you just tell him something random.
Whatever the store is, right there. And what you could do actually is have Bill Cosby and Billy Mays have a political debate, because that would be man.
Right. Yeah. Half Man Bear Pig says his net worth is $450 million, which I don't know if that's confirmed. With Bill Cosby, even if he is, he's not doing.
Well, Cosby show fucking royalties.
That's a good point.
Yes, Bill Cosby's net worth is in fact $450 million as of 2009.
That's insanity.
Wow. So
it's probably about
in a trailer.
It's probably about like $3 million because it's now 2012, and he's obviously spending all of his money on this YouTube production.
on these video productions.
F Nibble asks, "What's a game you love but find difficult to find motivation to play, or a game you hate but you find playing it a lot? Find you're playing this game a lot."
World of Warcraft for a game I love. A game
but you can't find. Yeah.
A game I hate.
But you keep playing.
I knew you were going to say.
Yeah, that's true for you. Yeah. Smite would be a game that I love, but I always find it difficult to find motivation to play because MOBAs, once people are better than you, it's like you are hopeless at that point.
For me, it's StarCraft 2. It's a game I love, but I almost never play it because I'm so intimidated by the level of skill I know that's out there. I don't even want to try and get involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it would be I love it. Like TF2 is a ton of fun. I don't know if I love it. I like it a lot. I don't.
You went on a kick with that.
I did for a while. It's still I got to get back into TF2. I like it. A game I hate, but I find myself playing a lot. God.
I don't play games I hate. So
I don't. If I hate it, I'm not going to play it.
For Dan, it would be Modern Warfare 3 for 3 months.
Yeah, because if I still had it, yeah.
God.
Or maybe
that was the case for
maybe
a good
like
while.
it kind of on a technicality DayZ. Like I kind of hate.
Yeah,
I kind of hate DayZ, but I still play it.
DayZ's a really good answer because it's fun. Oh God, you hate it when you fucking die. Like oh God,
I rage if I do pub CS. If I just go queue up in classic competitive by myself without anybody, then I will rage quite a bit and hate the game. Like. Because if no one's communicating, if there's one or two good shots in your team, you're done.
Yeah,
and
then your teammates will be fucking terrible, and nothing. You'll just watch them. Fucking. My favorite thing is watching a dude who clearly has never even played Dust 2 before and's like running into the doors. I'm just like, what the? Oh god.
With no nades.
No nades.
Like, no,
he's got like a 90, no armor. He's like holding it down, trying to get kill a guy who's opping from like, long. I'm just like, oh god.
I think someone was saying this, and I felt exactly the same way. That like you can't go through a game of CS and not rage at least once. I love CS, and I rage every single game. Like it's that's why push to talk comes in handy, because I say things I shouldn't.
Yeah, I rage every Counter-Strike game. I think that's pretty much across the board. Pretty much every time I die in CS, it's because
I always hit console, and I'm like, are you serious? Six hits for 90 damage?
I had a moment like that. I was playing Deathmatch today, and I had a moment where I shot a guy with the Tech 9 8 times. 8. I saw 8 bullet splashes. He turns around and one-shots me with a AWP in the head, no scope. And I look at the thing, and it says I hit him like 3 times. I must have been lagging. And I freaked out.
Well, remember that I posted that video where me, you, and Mark like had that comeback.
Oh yeah.
Up late, and we were down like by 6 or 7. And that one round, I killed everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
The last guy was by the bomb, and I sat there perfectly still.
Yep.
And shot my M4 at him.
Yep.
And it was like 42-4, and he just turned on me and killed me. And I looked at 42-4. Oh,
I'm gonna shameless self-plug a video I did of me raging in ESCA, which is...
Thanks for not doing that on the KBMOD channel, by the way. Really nice.
Oh, okay, dude. You know what, Brandon? I'm gonna link it in the KBMOD chat. So don't even worry.
It's official Bill Cosby. No. So next question. Mike's still...
What?
Mike's still Yindigan. If you had to splice a fruit with Nick Fenton's genes, what fruit would you pick?
I don't understand. What properties would transfer? What would the fruit do?
You get to decide. You're the one splicing.
What if the fruit just had his face from the face shirt on it all the time?
I would fuse him with probably a pomegranate, because he would be a ton of little things that I could just squish in my finger all day and kill just like little pieces of him all day. Just crush them.
After I shit on that meme before the show, John brings it right back. I wouldn't be a fruit I would like, though, because I couldn't eat through someone's face. I just feel like I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that would be... Yeah, you can't... what is it? Anamorphize? Is that the word?
I'd turn him into Rambutan, or however you say it, actually. It has like a bunch... It looks almost like a sea urchin. It would just have a ton of little tentacles sticking out of it. I don't know if you've ever seen one. They're pretty cool.
A Mexican jackfruit.
Someone in the chat said, policeman said peach with a pedo stash. Wow. That would be perfect.
K9 with a good one. Some sour grapes. And then I'd make wine out of it.
I don't know. That's such a weird question.
I think I'd go for a pineapple, because on the outside Nick seems a little prickly, but then on the inside he's delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. I'm not putting him on a kiwi, because that's my favorite fruit. So we can't.
I don't really like kiwi, dude.
I fucking love kiwi, dude.
I don't hate it, but it's my favorite.
So, next question from Harvey Roy. What's more based? This is the comparison here.
What the fuck is this?
Luxuriant isn't a word.
No.
For the purpose of this question, it is.
Yeah. What's more based? A luxuriant cheesecake for 4, or APLFisher on Xbox Live?
I don't even understand the question.
I
made
like
a word up.
cheesecake.
I guess the cheesecake, because you
cheesecake.
made up the word luxuriant. I have a weird relationship with cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Not like that.
If you keep it warm, dude.
Setting up for another KBMOD animated. Let's go ahead and finish this out.
Not like I've ever. I'm saying when I actually. Why does it always have to be?
So now that we've talked,
no, I haven't.
John's had my wife's cheesecake. It's delicious.
Well,
fantastic.
Okay. No. So
where are you going with this?
The way you said that. John's had my wife's cheesecake. Anyway, no. The weird relationship I have is that it's usually cheesecake for me is so rich that I can eat so I'll get a piece and I'll eat like three 3 bites of it, and then I'm like, I'm done. I always end up wasting it, so I don't like eating it because I can eat 3 bites of it. I don't know. It's too rich, man. It's too.
You're
rich
a big boy, Scott.
I know. I should be able to eat it. I'm just not.
I've been a bad boy, Cheesecake.
Punish me with your richness. Pay for my sins.
I just love this question. A luxuriant cheesecake. I feel like Base God has probably used the word luxuriant before, even though it's not a word. A luxuriant cheesecake for 4, not just.
I have a nightmare of cheesecake just raping me by putting itself in my mouth over and over again. Because it's so rich.
Slowly suffocates you because it's too rich.
The richness of the cheesecake. It's like.
No! Yeah,
the cheesecake thinks it's another cheesecake.
Say the safe word, cheesecake. Say the safe word. Somebody shot
me. Be my safe word if I ever got into that fucking weird ass shit.
Next question, amazingly. ADHD Orc asks, if you could be any item from a Sky Mall catalog, what would it be? And we all just flew home.
Yeah.
I didn't actually get a chance to look at it this time.
I didn't. Virgin doesn't usually have Sky Mall catalogs, and we only fly Virgin generally.
Virgin's classy as fuck, dude. That's why. Okay. But I've seen some crazy ass shit in those catalogs, dude. Like, you know, you can purchase on the plane.
That's stupid.
You know what I need? I need an entire backyard water fixture.
I saw in a Sky Mall once on US Air, like a pool that turns into a patio, and you hit a button and the patio retracts and it fucking turns into a pool. It's like fucking $50,000. Like,
time out. Why are you making life decisions at 50,000 feet in an airplane?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's so dumb.
And that's the thing about Sky Mall. It's not even how ridiculous the items are. It's like Celine Dion CD, $34.99 in Sky Mall.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like $12 on iTunes or something. You know, like the whole entire thing of Sky Mall is it's either so ridiculous that you can't wrap your around a use for an item. Or like,
I feel like Sky Mall started out as like a practical joke, like at a fucking airline company. Like someone was like, "Guys, we're gonna fucking make this parody magazine with like fake prices," and then people started buying shit, and like, "Holy fuck, this works!" Because
oh my god, there's a Tumblr.
They have some sweet fucking lawn gnomes in Sky
Do
Mall.
they? Yeah, that's a good point.
I didn't look at Sky Mall on my way back, but I'm hitting up their website now, and I see on the front page we have some promotion for Justin Bieber singing toothbrushes. So my answer is obvious.
So I'm on a Tumblr that's the very best and worst of Sky Mall.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find the Sit Fit exercise device. Let me see if I can get this on the screen for you right now on the stream. Look at that fucking thing. What the hell?
Hold on.
The Sit Fit exercise device.
It says you're muted right now, Dan, or something.
Oh my god. Okay, Sit Fit, bros.
There you go.
Check this shit out. What it is you apparently do...
What the fuck? What? Is that a woman in high heels standing on a fucking...
A hot dog leash.
Dan.
As I scroll down
They can't hear you.
Yeah, they can. They're catching up if they're saying that.
I gotcha. Cool.
They're catching up.
Yeah, that was fucking...
The easy jump rope, which is essentially 2 ropes that you throw around. There's no actual jump rope, dude.
Holy shit.
This jump rope is not a single rope, dude. This is the shit that is in here. Like, well, that All Great Men Have Mustaches shirt is kind of sweet, actually. But that's fucking Sky Mall.
You have to give it to them. They've really carved out a nice little market segment for them there of ridiculous stuff.
Yep.
So
it's like QVC on fucking steroids at 50,000 feet. Is what fucking Sky Mall is.
It's insanity. Yeah, because the thing like the pool John was talking about, it's like $30,000.
So ridiculous.
Like it's like someone sitting at like in the plane. I'm really bored. I probably need to spend $30,000 on a pool with a retractable patio.
Well, and the thing is that you're not like your first read through. You're like, that's ridiculous. But you don't have anything to do on the flight, and so later in the flight, you're like, you start thinking about it more, and you're like, God, that would really be awesome.
Oh my God! Someone just like the portable infrared sauna. $400. Let me throw this off before you stream. Look at this fucking ridiculous device. So if you're listening, it's a woman's head inside a giant silver tent. That's all it is. And
oh my
god! It looks like an oven.
Oh my god!
That just isn't comfortable.
That can't be real. That cannot be real.
It is. It's all real. Delivered to your house. All right, we're done with SkyMall. Wow. At Ubuntu 2000X asks, if you could bring one gamer series to PC, what would it be? Assuming this means from console, not from the Nether.
The fucking Zelda MMO.
Zelda MMO, be a sweet idea. Halo.
Yes, Halo, absolutely, dude. Halo 4 mouse and keyboard would be epic at like 300 frames a second. Oh my god.
Also, just not Just Cause. God, what's
Sam?
Uncharted?
Uncharted.
Uncharted, because the graphics are so good on PS3. Imagine what they could have done with the power of PC. So
some people in the chat saying Metal Gear. I think that's a pretty good choice. I would play Metal Gear with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah,
I feel like any game that has really good console graphics, if they had the firepower of like knowing that somebody out there has a 690 or something behind it, and knowing what they could do with that would be what I would want to see. So Metal Gear Forza is another good one.
Yeah, some of those console exclusives where you hear people talking about the graphics and they think it looks good, you're like, if you could only bring that to PC.
Yeah, if you could only imagine.
Yeah. There's a good one. I think we've had that question before, but Malblood asks, and Brandon's going to have no answer for this because he doesn't watch any YouTube, but what is your favorite YouTube series currently? If you're watching
60-second Let's Play Blacklight Attack right now.
Blacklight's
me.
It's a toss-up between that, which I love, and Diction's Postal 2 series.
That's true. I have a lot. I actually
partially because of Diction, and partially because of the complete batshit insanity of Postal 2.
Is he still posting it? I feel like he stopped.
Yeah, he's in the DLC.
Oh, okay.
Which is even more.
I gotta catch up.
Batshit insane. There's live action videos of the dude who made Postal 2 in game in Postal 2 in the Apocalypse Weekend thing. Like
we're getting a lot of votes for Hutch's Trouble in Terrorist Town mod stuff.
You know what, stream? I'm just gonna go ahead and shit on Trouble in Terrorist Town right now. Don't get it. Don't find it funny.
Nice.
Boom,
wow.
done.
Wow, Dan. Jeez.
No matter who posts it.
Wow, you don't like that game? Really hating, huh? I honestly haven't played it. I think it's funny.
I don't see the attraction at all. Kind of like Minecraft, which I love to play Minecraft, but I don't
Brandon's
really
car series.
Brandon's 600K car video. That's it. All right, last question, bros. And then
dude, we just do 2 hours after fucking
PAX.
Yeah. Jesus.
The people want it.
Yeah.
The people do want 2 hours.
What are we, just slaves to the people, Brandon? Is that you're saying? That's all we are? Okay, dude. That's great.
So Lavinish Dakota asks, fuck, marry, kill, Garrettson, Bart, or Notch.
Wow.
3 men that I love.
Means Bart from High Res Studios.
Yeah, definitely.
Bort. If he had said Bort, I would have known right away.
I'm
so difficult to choose between.
I'm gonna marry
Bart
because he's the fucking richest.
I'm gonna marry Garrettson because he's gonna have a fucking Lamborghini.
Yeah, he loves Lamborghinis and developers that have them. So I'm going with Bart for marriage.
Really?
I think Bart and I would be happy forever.
Yeah.
That guy is the happiest
match made in
I would prefer
heaven.
I would like to go to a country where I could marry multiple people, so I could marry Garrettson and Bart, and then I'd kill Notch because I don't care about Minecraft.
I'd like to see,
even though he's a great guy.
I'd like to see Garrettson marry Bart. That's what I'd like to see.
Yes.
That would be fucking dysfunctional. Oh god.
I think I'd have to marry Notch though, just for the money. I mean, he's rolling in cash.
He's got
the problem here.
We could make Hidden Source happen tomorrow.
The problem here is that Garrettson is unkillable.
That's the problem. You can't kill him, but I'm not marrying Jared, so I'm gonna.
No, even if you say you're gonna kill him, you can't.
I know. So fuck. I have to marry Jared, and I have to kill Bart. Then that's the way it breaks down.
Killing Notch. I'm with John on this. I love Notch, but
dude, all that money going to waste, dude. If you could marry him, you could fucking. So what if you marry Notch? Hold on. What if you marry Notch and then kill him.
And
then
he wants to say
both Bart and Jared at the same time.
Are we breaking the rules here?
Yeah, kind of.
Just
because we've had this
horrible man train of beards.
Yeah, kill him, take his money, then get in the threesome with Jared and Bart, and you're fine.
The only thing that would have made this even tougher was if you threw Sark in here for me. Then I'd just be like, these are all glorious men.
Yeah,
and like,
cool.
What am I supposed to do?
Actually, Grant in chat makes a good point. Notch would probably make you sign a prenup.
That's true.
Notch also just got divorced. Can you rely on him?
That's true.
So
the decision becomes tougher.
It's a difficult one.
I love them all.
I'm moving to Utah and marrying all three of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's my answer.
Centipede with all of them, says Oh, man. All right.
But, all right, guys. Well, we'll run down the links real quick, and then we're out of here. So, kbmod.com, obviously, check out the website, get on the forums. New forum system upcoming at some point here. But youtube.com/kbmodgaming, we're going to be putting a lot of stuff up this week. From PAX, might be more than one video a day, so stay tuned. Twitter at KBModGaming, Facebook.com/KBMod, throw us a like on there. And yeah.
Potential guest next week.
Yes, potential guest CNanners. He said he would. I said okay, but we don't have anything official yet.
Yeah.
So we'll get in touch with Adam. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be having Hawken on, and that, I believe, I'm not going to say set in stone, but since I talked with Melissa 3 times, and she was like, that's the date we want it, because it's right before Alpha. So, there you go. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and we will see you next time.
Later.
Holy shit, I'm on Argon Wild, and this chick is hot.
We're still live,
Oh, sorry. God damn it. 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 God